なぜどうして私が血に服して間違っているのはお前たちなのに。父上だって私に言った。お前が希望、お前が正しい、お前は新たな神になる。そのためにお前は次々と混ざって生まれてきたのだ。民衆も私を叩いていたじゃないか。私がいれば罪食いを恐れることがないと喜んでいた。それがなんでなんだよ。お前たちもいるくせよ。早く助けろ。私は神だぞ。
Alright, let's get into it. I brought this up on my 2-hour dissertation about Hyperball, Kick Titsin, and all that bullshit. This is a Final Fantasy XIV demi-rant, so bear with me. This is over Shadowbringers and the Light Warden absorption issue. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the death of a Light Warden. You notice what the character did, and you notice how this guy reacted. This guy dissolved, you absorbed the energy, that's it. Keep that in mind because that's how it went for all Light Wardens. Except for one. Now, before I explain that, let me tell you why this happened. The first Light Warden, the story was set a certain way. Then they decided, because they're emotional storytellers, they wanted your player character to be in danger. They wanted to show that even the player character is not completely immune to corruption. So they decided to change the story up a little bit on how your character would absorb the light, or the corrupted light energy, from the Light Wardens. This is important to note, because for those of you who know, in summary, when you absorb the last Light Warden, this guy does a little dissolve bullshit, and then, for some reason, your character starts becoming violently ill. Not just a little ill like before, but now it's violent, like the light is trying to overtake you. Even though you're the warrior of light, because let's not worry about technicalities, let's stay on target. This goes back to the whole, if you absorb too much of one ether element, you kind of transform, which they brought that up in Walker with the whole thing with Garlemald, but let's not focus on that right now, let's stay on target. Now, I bring this up is because they want you to be emotionally attached. That's what they're trying to go for, okay? That said, I know there was a difference in where the story was going because of Light Warden number 1. How did that play out? Well...
まずい。大積杭から光の放出が始まりました。あれを浴びるわけにはいきません。水晶湖、やはり撤退を。
いいや、撤退は不要だ。確かに大積杭を殺せば有していた膨大な光が放出される。その光は新たな大積杭を生み出し、人類はこの100年まともに反撃すらできなかった。しかし唯一それを相殺できる力がある。それこそが光の加護と呼ばれし力。故に私は彼女をここへと呼んだのだ。見よ、大積杭が放っていた光。それによって変じていた世界が今戻る。
Did you notice the difference? Absorb the energy, channel it, throw it out. And the sky didn't dissolve, it parted and faded away. This tells you the story was going to go one way, but because they want the player character in danger, they want the player character in peril, they realized, well, we can just not fire the energy out anymore and just have the character hold it, so it's a constant strain of ether on the body. That's pretty much the whole reason why the character stopped being logical and got rid of the energy that knew would probably corrupt them. Because you didn't understand, the character themselves didn't understand that's how that worked. Until a little bit later when you started understanding that's how that worked. But initially, your character didn't know that's how that worked. So holding it and absorbing it and the sky dissolved, the same goal got done. The sky was back to being nighttime. Fine, dandy, I get it. Seems kind of silly because in my logical sense, I'd still be throwing the energy out. But again, emotional storytelling. You wouldn't have had the energy to do this and that and the other thing. I beg to differ, but whatever. I mean, it's Arbor that wound up helping you because you're sitting there puking up the friggin' storm. Oh, I'm going to become a Light Warden. Oh, you can only hold 100 liters of water? Well, take my axe. You'll at least be able to hold 200 liters of water. Instead of your 125 trying to break your 100 container. I'm just breaking it down simply because I know if I go into it, we're going to have another 2-hour discussion, and y'all don't want that, so I'm going to keep it short, I'm going to keep it sweet, I'm going to keep it simple. Alright? Well, that's the end of this particular segment. Hopefully, on the screen, there will be the other segments that pop up. If not, I'll make sure they will be in the description down below. That said, y'all have fun. And, I don't know. Later, I guess.